Low melody. Let's see here. Gonna mark her prep. Where's my attendance? Okay, so I'm gonna go to first period. All right. Okay. So, all right. So, Melly, I really need you today to try to get some of those labs done because I did some scores and it's been a while since you turned something in. And
Yeah, I know.
okay, so we got about maybe 2 weeks left.
Can
Um,
you resend the link? Cause I don't know how to get back in now.
into what? To
The
your
thing where you go like do the lab stuff at
Are you talking about the code next or Edsby?
the Conet.
I got you. Okay, 1 second. But that is in Edsby, but I'll put it in there for you again. Let's see here. Okay, I gotta blow this up so I can see it. Like it's not looking right. There we go. Okay, let's grab this. Copy. And I'm gonna put this in the chat. All right, there you go. And that's how you review what to do with the labs. Now, in order to complete the lab, remember you got to test it out in your kit. Find a way to put your name in there for some of the labs, and then turn the file in that you change. All right. So it's a .py file that you're submitting when you're done with it. That's per lab. So if anything, you should start working on. Um, you got a question?
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, just start working on labs because those are double points and they can help you out later on. What is this? The microphone is on? There we go. I'm like, what is that air in the background? welcome to class, Carson. All right, so we're going to jump into our norms right quick. Waiting for it to load. There we go. I got to add that slide. Okay, so 5 basic norms. Melody, you there? Carson, you there? About to go through these real quick. There's Carson.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. So, ladies first, can you do the 5 basic norms there, Mel?
No one has the right to hurt another person. Education and the classroom are sacred. We will never behave in a way that we discredit ourselves, our school, and our family. In Excel Academy of Southwest, students always act with integrity. We take pride in Excel Academy of Southwest.
That's awesome. All right. Next is Mr. Carson, the 5 academic norms. Can you read that there, sir?
We respect the opinions of others. We respect the culture of the classroom. We are attentive and participate. We have high expectations of ourselves, our peers, and our teachers. And we are here to focus on preparing ourselves for post-secondary endeavors.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. So, a few students, I don't know if you want to do this, Mr. Carson, today or tomorrow. It would behoove you to go up to the school and just replace your kit and start from scratch. Okay. Because I contacted them. So when you get,
Today or tomorrow?
yeah, so call the school, get that, because I want you to, finish strong. And it seems like this syntax is going to be your headache. So take everything that you got, put it in the box, and take it to school and swap out for a new one. The staff will know what that means because I reached out to them to find out who's going to be there and stuff.
Okay.
All right. So don't forget to do that. I do need you to stay on class the entire time because attendance policies with CPS. We have to log you guys. All right. So just hang in there. Do what you can on the emulator until you're ready to swap everything out.
Okay. Thank you.
What was I about to say? There's Eli. Welcome to class, sir. And I did tell staff that you had to work yesterday. So hopefully they took that a note. But I did find out from Mr. Tiller we can't excuse you for your attendance. So told him to try to be flexible with you, but
Oh, you say y'all can excuse me?
we cannot. I
Oh, I
found that
wasn't
out
really
from
tripping.
Mr.
I was
Tillery.
just letting y'all know it's gonna be a
No,
bunch
no,
of
no.
more
I
work days.
I appreciate you letting me know. So I can figure out how far you got and where you at. Are you by your kit though? Like, you able to
Uh,
work on it now or no?
yeah, I'm by my cat.
Okay. So I want to point out that you can check your scores, and a lot of people that were once doing good are not doing so good because I had to start entering scores. They're auditing me, and they indicated, okay, what about this? And I was giving them time. Okay, can't give them too much time because the quarter's about to end. So you'll start seeing zeros being populated. Some of those zeros can be reversed if you get those labs done. Now, I gave Mel in the chat the link, but we have to start getting you guys ready for the real world. So if you go in Edsby, the same link I gave Melody is in Edsby. And if you come right here, there's even a video recording of what we did yesterday. Now, we already had an asynchronous day. We had 2 of them, I think. So we can't do asynchronous for the rest of the week. I think the only other people to get asynchronous is the robotic students. But computer science and physics, you guys got to be in class a certain amount of time in order to have attendance marked. So I want you to we worked on yesterday, lab 6. Now let me come to what you're supposed to be working on today. I'm gonna have you guys read this off for a few points because I'm still going in and putting in participation points, but I knew the participation points were going to save y'all. So finish the labs, please. So lab 7, this one's called Raspberry Tap. It takes about 50 minutes. Now I can only give you about 25 minutes to work a little bit independently or in class with me. And then we had to share outs to see how far you're getting, or use this as a time to ask me what I can do to fix my syntax, or I don't know, try to get a little further and turn it in. Labs so far, labs 1 through 5 were last week due, right? And I'm still extending. I talked to Overdeck and other teachers. We're trying to give you until the last day, which in my grade book is February 2nd, because I need February 3rd to process your scores and February 4th to make sure they go out to you guys. I think this is true for all teachers. So don't wait till the last minute. You got about what, 2 weekends left? That's a lot of time over the weekend to stop what you're doing and at least save your score. The kits allow you to bump your grade up by 2-letter grades if you can successfully turn in the files and demonstrate what happens. The demonstration is just participation. So I'm gonna let you know some students already kind of got on my case. Was like, what about all the things I showed you? That's great. That goes to prior assignments that you're not doing so well in. But that does not excuse today's assignment. And today's assignment is those .py files that you're supposed to alter. So all you have to do is run lab 7 on your kit. And then what I'm talking about, the py file or Python file is for today is raspberrymon_tap.py for Python. You need to use this code. And then once you use it, you're not done. That's some students getting confused. This lab tells you what you got to do with it. So I have some students that ran the code and still got a bad grade because they just ran the code and sent it to me. I don't know who told them that would work, but finesse somebody else, not your grade, as I always said for 6 years. Don't finish your grade. Do the work. Go through the lab. Do step by step what they're asking you. Save all the changes that the lab made you do. And then the icing on the cake or the cherry on top is you somehow doing a printout function, and I'm giving it away, the printout function of your name. It has to be in almost every lab file to get 25 additional points. So do yourself a favor, log onto your Raspberry Pi if you can. Start testing out the codes, right? You can test it out on your emulator. I've said this several times, or the Syntat. Preferably the Syntat because you can actually do more artificial intelligence or interact with the Syntat better than the Syntat emulator. Emulator is just a little GUI. It's a little graphic that shows you what happens or should happen. But say, for instance, like yesterday, lab 6, our temperature sensor, let's go here, it says senses. And senses is important because it has a sense the humidity and temperature in the room. So if you put that on the simulator, you're not getting everything. And then this is one of the labs people did
Hey,
yesterday.
Quan.
Go ahead, Curtis. What?
No, I should have asked Quan a question.
Oh, go ahead.
Yo,
Yeah, you got a Facebook? Because I got a couple questions I got to answer because I'm behind about my sunset.
yeah, I can't use my Sensei neither. I gotta get a new one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you probably got to update yours, Eli. I think that's the only thing. Did you do the updates?
No, it was I know why my updates was because the Wi-Fi. I got 2 Wi-Fi boxes, and this
Oh my
Wi-Fi
goodness.
only got all this Wi-Fi connect to. This Wi-Fi had went off. That's
You got a lot going on, fam. All right, so just try to run your updates, and then after each update or after you do all the updates, you got to reboot and then give it another try.
so
And
I
if
got a
you
question. Like, if I was
go ahead.
like updating something on my Wi-Fi and it stopped because of Wi-Fi, that mean I got to start over like what I was doing, right?
Yes, for the very first command, that means there's 3 commands, right? And you got to type all those commands in again and see if you get everything correct. Hopefully your internet doesn't cut off. So
It shouldn't. If they just paid this bill, I'm gonna take mine down now.
did you? Okay, now I heard in a meeting that they have what is called is a Comcast free service for students. Did you look into that?
Yeah, I know what you talk about. You talk about that.
UNAS told us about it. So
Mm-hmm. Hey, got the
you,
first semester.
you said what?
I said they had gave it to me first semester.
So you still got it? Or what happened?
Yeah, I still got it, but I be using, but it's weak.
Try to work with it, man. Try to make it work. What was I saying? And I think that's part of the reason is you're on Google Meet with me, and that drains the bandwidth because that's video and audio conferencing.
I know, but my phone it ain't connected to the Wi-Fi. I made sure.
Are you connected to your cell phone?
Yeah.
That might work. That might work. It might not interrupt as much though. Yeah, so it might work. Okay, so I want to make sure everybody knows what to do because I want to give you at least 10 to 15 minutes to just work on this. And next week I wanted to do group activities will count as triple the score for quizzes. So there's like a possibility if everybody has their kits going by next week and we're able to do group activities, there's ×3 quiz grades because I'm looking at a lot of quizzes and people just didn't do quizzes from way in the beginning of the quarter. So I'm doing everything I can. So when you talk to me on parent teacher conference about your report card, I be like, look, I gave him this, I gave her that. I'm gonna lay it all on the line, and then here's the videos. How many videos you want? So save yourself by just doing the work. I know I sound like I'm irritating or I'm keep repeating myself, but February 4th is really around the corner. And a lot of you guys, it happens every quarter, are gonna come up and be like, what can I do for extra credit to still pass?
Wait, so when I get my new system, am I gonna be able to do all the labs?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So you might want to just get used to
Tyler, don't you
collect
give out motivation points?
motivation points. What did you
Like
say?
you know what I was doing, like I was talking about how I was calling you like off duty days and
Oh
saying
no,
your program
I
won't
yeah,
work.
yeah. I give like 5 to 10 points just for a student trying, but I
I
can't
know I
give
was
you
just
the whole
asking for fun
score.
because the response you gave me.
Yeah, yeah. Well, no, you called me at 11 o'clock. That's why you good though. It's just, brother, I'm about to go to bed. That's what I was trying to tell you. But,
Well, it ain't look like
yeah, I was winding down. Yeah, okay, but
it.
but you did. I'm trying to work with you. That's why I'm trying to get you to get that thing going. I know your situation, and it's called flexibility. But again, accountability comes in, and CPS is like, what did they learn? And that's where you got to get those kids done because they're looking at my grade book. So
Hmm.
I can't finesse anything for you guys, but I can try to give you as much as you need, and it's up to you to get it done. All right, now take some time. Those of you that have working Raspberry Mons, I'm going to explain this one more time. You can still test it out. You do not necessarily need the Sense Hat to work to do this part. So I want everybody to do this one part with me before we actually use the Sense Hat. And here's how you do it. I'm gonna log in to my VNC viewer first so you can see what I'm doing on my Raspberry Pi. I wanted to teach you guys this week, but people can't get their Sense Hats working. It's like, this is fun, man. Like they learn,
Tyler,
but
can
it's
this sensor overheat?
um, you know what? I usually don't let mines overheat because I shut mines down every night.
No, I was just asking the question like, can it? Like, is it
It's
possible?
possible if you leave it running because those are LEDs. So imagine a light bulb eventually, and you just leaving it running and running and running. And eventually they'll burn out. I mean, they're rated for a certain amount. So rule of thumb is to make sure you shut it down every day, so you don't have to worry into that. All right, so you guys see on my screen what I'm doing. Oh goodness, this is vertigo. Looks like I'm zooming straight into nowhere. That's a super mirror effect, basically, by the way, because I'm logged in remotely, and it just mirrors all the way down. That's actually the brain doing a trick on the mind. Now, inside of the Raspberry Pi, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to Thani. I told you guys about this over and over.
Hold
And
on, Tyler. This my OG.
okay, he'll come back when he can. And then next is open up. If you're having SenseHat issues, you can do this. Open up the Raspberry, go to programming, and come to SenseHat emulator. All right. Now you'll have what is called the SenseHat emulator open up, but this is a simulation of what your SenseHat's supposed to do. So if you are not able to go up to the school today, Carson, you can still do this on your SenseHat. Okay. Lanarian, I was about to call you today. What happened to you? You got your kit, right? My spreadsheet says you do. Okay, she came in the room with her mic. All right, let me. Okay, there's Eli again. Okay. Is Lanaria a senior? I can't remember. What is she? A second, you guys. I'm just doing attendance again. I was about to show you something about. She is. So Lanaria, I need you to start coming to class more. February 4th, the quarter's done, and if you have your kit, you could double your score and possibly still be successful. Anyway, I was talking about this part here, guys. Wait a minute, that didn't save the attendance. Lord, not today. Come on, Esby, wake up. There we go. And I told you Linaria was here. There we go. So the only person I don't see is Alika. She's usually here though. All right, so seniors, February 4th. That's your deadline. Well, February 2nd, I should say, because the grades will be done for me, and that's 2 weeks away. Get your kit, double your scores, and be successful. All right, back to this. If you take, for instance, remember I told you to download from GitHub all the files you need, right? If you don't know where that link is, almost every recording, I leave the links that I gave you, the most important ones, and also leave a recording of the class in there. All right. A lot of teachers are like, okay, this is like almost like college, you know. You guys can really, really pass. You just got to use the time, block out some time, go back, look at these videos, do exactly as I asked, turn it in. You'll have a happy end of the quarter. But if you're not doing that and you're just in class and you're transient, meaning you're there but not there, I see your picture there, but you're probably in the kitchen making a sandwich, you can't expect to pass. And please don't get an attitude when I'm telling you you're not going to pass, because you know how life is. It's not going to play with you. Neither am I. So let me go back to this. Now the link you want to use is the GitHub link. We'll put this link in the chat again in case everybody forgot what that was, but it's here in NSB. Hit open. And then what I'm going to do is, like I said, when you get to the GitHub link, let me put this in the chat first so you have it. What you do is you go to the GitHub link and you download all the source code that you need. Okay, so that's the GitHub link. Next, come back here. You'll have pretty much a repository, which is mainly an archive or a big library of files that you would use for all the labs. Okay, so we got to download it. In case you forgot, you click on this green button that says code here and download the zip file. Now, once you download the zip file, it'll look like, let me show you what that's supposed to look like. I came out of VNC. I want to stay in there. So let's do this so you can see everything. And then if I come here to Chromium, there we go. I want to resize that and minimize it. I can go to something called the File Manager. I open that up. Everything that you see on this screen, which is my Raspberry Pi, is what you see on your screen. So you can be doing what I'm doing to get some of this done. Now, remember I said grab the file, right? So the first place it's going to go to is downloads. Once you download it, and it'll look like this here once you get the file from GitHub. Please do this, even if you're not at the part where you're ready to use the Syntat, so you have all your files already there. And then once you have the files, don't think that's it. You got to open it up. And a compressed file is kind of like a Ziploc bag of files. You got to open it up and the air comes out. The air, in this case, is the files. You got to pull them out and put them onto your desktop. And I'm going to show you how in a moment. So I'm going to right click. If you have a mouse, right click is different from left click. All right. Be careful so you get this menu here. When you right click on it, go to extract to. You want to extract it or pull it out. Now, a menu will pop up. It says extract files. If you don't see your menu, that means it's behind some of the other windows. So look for it carefully. You'll be like, it's not working. You just probably don't see it. Now, you're going to click on the folder here. And right now it's going to the temporary files folder. You'll never find that. That's why I want you to do this. And extract it to your desktop so you can easily find it. Okay, that's all you got to do. You hit open, and then it'll come back to this menu saying, are you sure you want to do anything else? Okay, well, no, unless you just extract it. All files too. So it goes a quick process, extracts, and then you should see this folder here, not the zip folder version, but this folder here with all of your files inside. Okay, now I've recorded this. We don't have a lot of time because this is like an extended I do. And I hope you can go back and check out what I did. But a lot of students are just not doing this part to even start programming anything. They're like, I got the wrong code. I don't know what you downloaded or what you're using. So download it straight from the site. That way you can eliminate most of your error. And then, like I said, let's go back to the Code Next curriculum. And it says you need to start on which one, right? Now, if you don't remember where that link is, again, it's in the chat, or you go to EDSB, and it's this link here. It says Code Next curriculum, basically. Now that you got your files on your Raspberry Pi or Raspberry Pi 400, doing the steps I just showed you. You're going to try to go back and finish lab 7 today because that's due by 8 p.m. in EDSB. Lab 6 was due by 8 p.m. yesterday. Labs 1 through 5 were due last
Miss
week. Yes.
the piece that I had took it out, but when I took it out, the things that stand up, two of them had bent.
Oh, Lord. Not you, too. So you broke your sense head. Um, yeah. So what I want you to do is that means you're gonna be starting from scratch. Try to schedule to come up to the school and swap your kit out. That's all I can tell you. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. That's what I tell you. I gotta be careful with these kits. You break a pin, it's gonna set you back. But we're about to explain what you can do until you get your replacement kit. Now make sure when you gotta bring these kits up, I have to take inventory of parts and try to fix them and use them as spare parts for students in case this happens again, which I think it might. Um, Nonetheless, each day these assignments are due and they're worth less credit as the weeks move on. So don't waste no time. Don't procrastinate. Get you your placement or get these labs done. Now, to do this without the sense hat, and you'll need that later, trust me, you can still do the emulator version. That's everybody. That's Carson, that's Alika, that's Curtis. You don't have to have everything updated, even Miss Terry. You can do this, the emulator version, to see if it works. So the first one is tap, and you're going to use, let's see, the tap uses the 8x8 pixels. So let's give somebody some extra points by reading what the goals are. The sense hat for 6 and 7 is needed. Labs 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, you can go back and do. But I want everybody to understand what to do for lab 7. So let me put this in the chat real quick. And Alika, you just got here. Can you read that in the chat so I can get you a couple points on the roster?
Last 7 raspberry tap. Recommended amount of time 50 minutes goes. Use the
Accelerometer.
accelerometer data to detect taps to wake your Raspberry Pi. Use the accelerometer values XYZ acceleration to detect taps and movement by a function to detect taps from a while loop. Collaborate tapping with debugging and testing.
Very good, very good. Okay, so what I want you guys to understand is, and put this in other words for, and Alika, you got 30 points for that. Thanks. You got to understand that this sense hat, after you get past lab 5, senses. It pulls data from the temperature and humidity of the room. The emulator is not going to show you that. You're going to see numbers and not know what they mean. Okay. And then lab 7, this is about tapping the sense hat or moving it. And it probably gives you a speed or something. So the emulator probably don't work on those. But I'm going to go very much to the back because I see a lot of people going to need to replace their sense hat because they busted some. We have Raspimon name, right? And with Raspimon name, this is what I was telling you to use. This lab 2 teaches you how to use the Sense app emulator to make your name come across. So if you don't know how to do nothing else, start with lab 2 today in the emulator, and I'm gonna show you how. First and foremost, everybody needed to download those files first. Next, you come to here and look for the files after you've put them on your desktop. Now I showed you how a moment ago. Let's give you a look if you need to later on today. But once you have the files located, you should be able to click on load. And I think the easiest way, like I said, for everybody, in case you forget where you put stuff, put it on the desktop. So click on desktop and there it is. If I open this up, we can go to Raspimon names, right? So that folder is Raspimon, and then I'm looking for Raspimon name. I don't see it there. So let me go back one. Let's go to the beginning and see if it's in stage 2, or stage 1, I'm sorry. And there it is. So lab 1 is in stage 1. Now I'm going to open it up. And all I did is I clicked on load, everybody. to use the sense hat, and I hope you're paying attention because my sense hat people, they like, well, it don't work, so I can't do it. That's not true. So this little part right here, line 1, it says hat, where it says from sense underscore hat, import sense hat. You just change hat right there by the underscore to EMU. Save your file. Don't do any other changes. If you do, you might get error messages and you got to find out what you did. Or you need to reload the file and start over. All right. So when I change it to that, I save and I'm going to run this program. And then when I run it, let me move this out the way, make sure it's stopped. I always want to stop it first too, because he was running something earlier. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So my sense had stopped running. And then I'm going to hit run and it should run, and it does. So it says I'm still okay. So that was lab 2. And all you have to do is download the file and run it on Thani. And then the next phase is doing what the lab told you to do after that. So if you look at lab 2, going back in the past, because we got some broken sensats. If your sensat's running, try to get up to lab 6 and 7. But if not, you need to go back and finish some of these other labs you didn't, which don't really require nothing but the emulators. So you need to read through. It says what's going on, right? And then it tells you what to do with certain things. The Raspberry underscore egg provides data for the image that displays. So these are commands you got to put into your SenseHat and test it on your emulator to see if you got it. All right. You don't need the SenseHat for it. Just do that one thing I told you. Remember, open a file up or any file, lab 1, 2, or 3. And you want to run it. Well, 1 is ran right on the Python. It doesn't open up a SenseHat. But 2 through 5, yeah, you're going to need that emulator if your SenseHat's not working. And to get the emulator to function instead of the hat, again, type where you see in that file, because when you download the file, you're going to see hat there. You're going to replace hat here with EMU. Again, make sure you stop whatever program you was running, save it, the changes you made, stop whatever program you're running. And if you're not sure if it's working, make sure your SenseHat is open or SenseHat emulator is open. Where did it go? There it is. And now all I got to do is, like I said, run it. And there it is. Now, your goal is to incorporate your name in this sentence that comes across. So where is that sentence at? You go through. This is the message. You see this printout message? It says sense.show underscore message. And that message is I'm still an egg. Now you can add another SenseHat show message. Just giving you a tip on how to do this one for that 25 extra points. And I can replace this with Mike Tyler. I'm showing you guys how to do that name part because a lot of people they don't know how to do it. All right, so I made that change. I got to stop the program I was running, save the commands that I just entered in there, the new changes, and now I'm going to run it. Make sure you don't see no errors, and look, it looks like it's running fine. So let's take a look. So the first part is I'm still an egg, and then my next command should show, right? And Mike Tyler. All right, so that's what you guys had to do, right? This line of code in lab 2 from the very beginning is what you'll use in all your other labs to make your name show. You would save your file, and once you save your file, you want to make sure you go here into your file manager, because it's going to be on your desktop, but you go to file manager for everything. And that file that you edited or changed, what you save, so mine is in stage 1, and it was what, names? Yeah, you would just make a copy of this and put your name on the end of that file name, save it, and put it in Edsby. You're done. All right, so I hope this is a great recap. It's 9:35. I still need time to work on this. Wanted to give you like 20 minutes or 15 minutes, but right down to 10, because we got to get to the other parts, like me explaining Trinket, which is lab 5 again. A lot of people didn't do that one. And Trinket is all virtual, so you can just follow the commands and get it out of the way. 5 is easy. These are quiz grades. That's why I'm talking about these again, guys. And the regular ones, 1 through 3, before 4 and 5, they were double do now assignments. Okay. So I said a lot. 10 minutes. I want you to use your emulator if your SenseHat's not working to make the arrangements or test out your codes from labs 1 through 5, you need to have open your Python IDE, Thani Python IDE, which is this program here, and you need your SenseHat. You can find both in the Raspberry under programming. Okay. But the biggest thing before you start testing anything is to download the files like I showed you from GitHub. So take 10 minutes to at least download the files so you'll have something to use. And everybody, the best way to do that is to make sure you're logged onto your Raspberry Pi and in Edsby, and you can pull down those links and download those files straight to your Raspberry Pi. So give it a try. It's really not as scary as you think it is once you start practicing it. Okay, so let's do this. We 10 minutes, right? Everybody give it your best shot. Go back and do attendance. Okay, Eli said he was talking to his mom. I think that's what happened to him. Lanier came but left. What happened? All right. No, there's Eli. Welcome back, dude. I was like, what happened to him?
My fault. I'm on OGs. Keep calling.
Yeah, you told me that.
She at the clinic though.
Okay. Okay, so Eli, if you can't just work on labs 1 through 5, you don't really need to have the SenseHat fully working to get those going.
You said 1 through 5. You was spending 1 through 3.
You have first download the codes, Eli. It's not as hard as it sounds, and just follow the directions in each lab.
Okay,
You're gonna download the file. You said what?
No, I said okay. Sounds simple.
Okay. And when you guys are done, say you're successful with a file, like I just talked about, download the Python file and put it in Edsby so I can grade it. If you did it right.
Download the what?
Python file.
What's that?
That's the file we ran earlier. Remember I told you to download all those files?
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me download my file. Yes, I did.
Right. So once you use the file, Eli, what you're going to do next is you're going to download it to Edsby, and you can get the file from your wherever you downloaded it at, right? So in my case, I put mine on the desktop. So you see this here? And I got that from GitHub. You download it from GitHub. Yeah, you download from GitHub, it'll look like this, but you got to extract it to here. So copy the files inside that to your desktop if you can. Once you do that, you'll be able to start testing it with your IDE in this format. So give it a try.
Mr. Tyler. Mr. Tyler.
Yes, Lika.
So what am I supposed to be doing? Because I already got my Raspberry Pi. I mean, I got it, but I tried to put the thing back in there, but I'm like, I know it ain't gonna go.
Okay, so remember I told you to use the emulator?
What's that? And I think the part that hook up to the HMID cord, I think it kind of bent. I don't know if it bent because the way the HMID cords is.
So you kind of bent it. All right. So like I said,
it's like,
yeah, you bent it up good. Y'all are tearing these kits up. So like I said, you already got a broken SenseHat. Put that in there too when you get ready to return it. But try to do this assignment real quick. Are you in the Pi now or no?
No, I can't even put it back together because the SenseHat part, the part that you plug into the SenseHat, like the colorful part, that's the part that's messed up.
What do you mean colorful part? You talking about the cable?
Yeah,
It's on the pamphlet, dear.
I
She
don't
said
know.
she about to make it up. You still got your pamphlet?
Huh?
You still got the sheet that came with it? Yeah.
If I do the sheet that came, you said it's a sheet that came with it.
You see on my screen?
Nope, I ain't got that. That's in the city.
So I want you to definitely get you a new kit.
Everything is in the city. The
You
box that came, my Raspberry Pi came in. It's in the city.
you just gonna have to do better because this is the last kit I could replace. We ain't got forever kids. So it's called the GPIO ribbon cable. You're gonna need that, and then the sense hat. You said what was broken on it? It's on the cable though, right?
Dang. What my? Okay. Okay.
So you're talking about this piece here.
Okay. No, this piece right here
Yeah, that's a GPIO on
is
my sheet.
bent. I bent like
Yeah,
this.
yeah, that's how you tore that up real good. But you still be able to do. Are you able to like still connect your HDMI up because it's bent to
I just connected all of them. I mean,
you
not
put
all of them, but this part. I pulled this out. This.
yeah because you put it in there wrong. You had to pull it out.
I pulled it out. I
Okay.
just.
So like I said, you're just gonna have to get you one more kit and all those parts. Put them back because I probably fixed that stuff. But are you
I
able
was
to like?
trying to
all
fix
get-
it. I
Huh?
trying to fix
Uh
it.
oh.
I was trying to fix it, like kind of trying to embed it, but it's like kind of like this, like you know how you feel like. "Arr."
Yeah. So you need to schedule going to school. Just get another kit. Are you able to see inside your Raspberry Pi? Like, are you able to connect it to the TV or no?
I ain't gonna lie, when I connect it, it's like zoomed in, like real close. Like
Ugh.
I don't know why. I ain't do nothing to it.
You didn't do nothing to it. Yeah, okay. That thing was all bent up. So try to see if you can connect to it. And uh, you got a laptop or you only got the kit?
I forgot my laptop at home because
Mm,
I was using my Raspberry Pi so much that my mom
yeah.
asked me to use my laptop, so I ain't break it.
Okay.
Feel my baby.
Well, just try to get you another one real soon and bring that other kit back so I can fix it. But I think we're only up there today and tomorrow. Friday they're not open. You know that, right?
Oh, okay. Cause
They clean up on Friday.
dang, I'm a tank a kid, and I don't even know when I'm going back because I got work.
Mm, mm. Okay, so much time. 3 more minutes, everybody. We can do share outs. It'll be towards the end of class.
Ooh, okay. Hmm. I worked Friday, not Saturday. Sunday. I don't work Monday. I don't work Tuesday. I'm finna call these people. They got my shift messed up.
Hey, your mouth. Girl, what's up, cousin? Okay. So I know people got updates. Probably gonna just let you guys go 10 minutes early so you can work on this. Because like I said before, if you're not connected to Google Meet, your internet might run a little faster. But honestly, you guys run out of time. So just take your time with it. Don't let it. It's really easy if you get the hang of what to do. And I think just everybody probably had a bad start. Um, Connecting the sense hats up, which is what's starting you all the way over. So unfortunately, I would just give you another cable or sense hat, but then that messes up the count of kits left. So I'd rather inventory those as damaged kits and try to repair them. So if you do come to the school today or tomorrow to replace your kit, please let Miss Ball or whoever's there know to put the kit that's damaged on my desk. I do have a plan to come up there probably next week.
Okay, my mama coming out here tomorrow because we having movie night out here in Kankakee. So when she go back Sunday, I'm gonna have her go to the school Monday and ask her. Well, I'm gonna tell her call first.
Call first, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have her call Miss Vega and let Miss Vega know that she gonna come up there.
Okay. So do you have that white cable in your HDMI? Because I think if you use that, it might be all right. I'm trying to see if you damaged the.
Um, All the rest of the parts is at my house. Only parts I brought from,
Oh Lord, girl.
and I forgot the little screen too. I couldn't do the little screen. It's too little for me.
Okay. So are you saying the kit doesn't work and you're not gonna be able to get another kit till Mondays, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
So that means.
because when I cut it on, well, before no, when I first cut it on, before I even disconnected my Raspberry Pi, that's why I even did that because I'm like something wrong because when I first cut it on, it was zoomed in, like all the way zoomed in, like my screen was so big, and then look how your screen looked. And I'm
Hmm.
like, this wasn't how my Raspberry Pi was before. This
Hmm.
wasn't like, no, I just wasn't like this.
As I was trying to tell y'all, it's best to leave that thing connected. Stop disconnecting it and connecting it, and you got that bent. So I think what happened was,
No, that was
uh,
my first connected it because I realized I'm like,
it was
what?
what?
It was zoomed in when I first put it on there, but I didn't realize I had put it on there wrong until I looked at it.
Hmm.
Because I thought I put it on there right when Miss Lane was taking me through it.
Yeah.
Because it had came on and everything.
Okay. Well, just make sure Monday, because see, that's Thursday and Friday. You're gonna be behind the mark, and I think if anything, you could work on some of the older assignments, like the make code on your
Yeah,
cell phone if you got it, and the scratch projects. Look in there and see if there's anything you can get caught up on until you
yeah.
get
I'm
that kit.
definitely missing some. I'm definitely missing some. I can go in there and
Yeah.
do it.
Okay. All right. So it's 9:48.
I'm finna go look in there now.
Okay. Uh, So you're able to leave in 2 minutes. I'll give you a little time to get off early. Like Eli, I know he has to get off because he has to try to do his downloads for his Synsat to make it work. But everybody else, say in 2 minutes we'll dismiss and get you guys pretty much ready for the next period. Please try to attend GGI. I don't want to forget that because I got to put the new slide in there. I think there. How does it go? If you refer someone through our Facebook page, you'll notice there is a contest going. I think the first place, if you get it, and it's not going to work if students don't participate. First place is a PlayStation 5. The second place is forget how much, and there's one more place, but they're gift cards at Walmart. I think one was 50 and one was 25. I might be wrong, but definitely come to Townhouse to discuss those things and find out about opportunities. There's also a STEM internship program coming up. And I think that'll be great for you guys because those internships, they usually have a stipend. So you go and participate in that over the summer. And, I think my son did one and he came back with $750. Right. So of course, he had to go and invest in stocks and put it in the savings account because I didn't want him burning through it. But that's something you guys could do. Right. Okay. So yeah, 10 minutes of class left. Want to leave the floor open for questions or whatever the case may be. Focus on your labs. We'll talk about the word of the day and extra credit, but you having a hard time getting your word in the program. So work on that first. And the lab that shows you how to do is lab 2. Lab 1 is very introductory. You just do it on the Python IDE. It's a small little conversation that happens in the shell script box. It doesn't really do anything. It just shows you how to program a little bit. Lab 2 shows you how to put your name into things or how to change statements. Lab 3, I forget what that is. That's the characters. Lab 4 is bestiary file. And we've talked about bestiary file over and over and over since Monday of last week. And then lab 5 is going to be trinket. So I'm just reminding you in order of the things that you're going to be responsible for um, come Friday when I enter some grades. Guys might want to make sure you try to test them out on your Raspberry Mon, even if the Senset's not working. Submit the files for credit. Please don't do what students that in my other periods have done. So one student, I'm not gonna say his name, he keeps typing PI for pie and turning it in as a message and think I'm not gonna check it. So as a result, he got a 0 for each time he typed pi for each assignment. I mean, play stupid games, get stupid prizes. Welcome back, Eli. Eli, I see you next period. I just want you to focus on your updates. You see, you got to update your Senset.
All right.
Yep. It goes for everybody else. If you don't have any questions for me and you just want to use this time to get ready for next period or do your updates, you're free to go. You have your marching orders. You know exactly what you got to do. If you have questions, I'll be here. Okay, Alika left. Melody, you there? Carson, you there?
Yeah,
Okay. You're free to go, dude, and work on it. You ready for your next period?
I know. I was just listening because I ain't want to miss out on them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay. You got questions, Mel, or
no.
now you know you got one more period with me, so you need to show up, so I don't have to mark you absent there.
Okay.
All right. All right, Melody, class is pretty much over. I'm about to close the room up.